What up, T Squad? This is your girl Keisha, and I am here with a new behind the scenes tea video. So recently, the producers of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City sat down with the Hollywood Reporter to discuss the Monica situation, the Black Eye Gate, and how the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City even came about. And when asked, one of the producers by the last name of Sampton said it originally came to Bravo through original cast member Mary Cosby. Somebody had discovered her as a great character. She was pitched, and we started to find other characters along with her. Once the development team started to dig in and meet people there, they realized that it was just such a hotbed of interesting, unique personalities. It wasn't planned as a Housewives. We kind of just fell into it. I went out to Salt Lake with our development team and our other executive at the time, Shiana Mix, and we met all the women. I'd already been blown away by the casting tape that I saw, and every woman that I met was even better in person. We met everybody for drinks at a bar, and then Shiana and I left, and the Housewives all stayed there. And then we heard all these stories the next day where a huge argument broke out and somebody got thrown out of the bar. They were Housewives already before we even started filming them. That's very interesting to find out that Mary was the first original housewife to be discovered for Salt Lake City, and that because of her there is even a show. So to find that out and to see how the girls season 2 iced her out and were coming at her with all of these allegations and stuff instead of focusing on the real perpetrator, which was Jen Shah, is really even more disheartening, because without her, y'all wouldn't even be sitting here on this couch. She was the first person that was found that they found to be interesting, and they based this cast around her, this Black woman. And so now I get it even more why Mary was so hurt, not only by her cast members, but by the network and the producers, because y'all based this whole show around me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saw how they did me season 2, and I decided not to show up to the reunion because I knew it was about to be a bunch of BS and gaslighting and ganging up on me. And y'all knew that was going to happen. And instead of me coming and playing along, y'all then fire me. So that makes me further champion Mary when she was on Watch What Happens Live and the reunion. And she stood on business by saying, I came back to save y'all show. Because y'all needed me. So how dare y'all try to get rid of me season 3 when once again I was the first interesting factor that made this show be what it is. That's crazy to me now that I know that. Wow. I'm very shocked by that. I am so shocked that Mary was the person that the producers came across first. And after that, that's when they started scouting for more people in Salt Lake. Very, 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 very interesting to learn that. The Hollywood Reporter even asked them, just to be clear, the production really didn't know Monica's connection to the Instagram account Reality Von Tease until Heather uncovered that. Is that accurate? One of the producers by the name of Gordon said yes. And then another producer, Lisa Shannon, said, we didn't even know what Reality Von Tease was. Lori called me and gave me a heads up. And I was like, what even is that? It wasn't this big blog to us, and we would have breadcrumbed it more throughout the season if it was something that we knew and were leading up to. Our big concern was like, sure, it means a lot to the ladies, but we don't know what this blog is. So is this going to be this big aha moment for a viewer? Lori and the team did an amazing job making the viewer feel as shocked by it as the women were, and as impacted by it as the women were. Then the Hollywood Reporter said, what was your reaction to finding out one of the cast members had hidden this from you? Gordon said, it's two parts. One part is like, how did we miss this? How did we not know, obviously. And the second part of that was, well, we've got to let Heather embrace this and tell this story. There were a lot of thoughts going through my head personally as a showrunner, like, what do we do with this? Are people going to think we knew? Are people going to think we lied? The most important thing to us was to tell the story as authentically as it came out so that people would realize that we had no idea. But it was upsetting because Heather was so upset, and as she started to walk me through all the evidence that she had gotten in those hours, it was really quite shocking and more flooded in as the editing process went on. Now, this is what I think. After hearing this, I don't think that production knew what was going on because of the way the season was filmed. Like she said, as the producers, we would have breadcrumbed this throughout the season. And the fact that all of this happened during this Bermuda trip, there was no build up or anything surrounding this, I do believe that production didn't know. But I also believe that Heather did know before Bermuda, because she seemed to be dropping breadcrumbs throughout the season of her being suspicious of Monica, the way she was acting around her. And it was like she was setting Monica up for this downfall. So I still believe that Heather knew before Bermuda. So then the Hollywood Reporter says, how much in casting are you dependent upon potential housewives being reliable narrators of their own lives, and how much are you background checking? Sampton said, we do extensive background checking on cast, but a fake profile troll account wouldn't come up. There's no record of that account through her name. So yeah, there are things that can slip through and do. And it's certainly not something we love when we have a surprise like that. It turned out well, I guess, creatively for the end of the season, but it was pretty shocking for all of us. And certainly we would not have brought Monica on the show in the first place if we knew that was going on. Why not? Why would you not have brought her onto this show? Girl, that's dumb. What? I still would have brought her on the show if I was a producer. And because she talked crap on a blog, these girls talk crap to each other and behind each other's back and to interviewers and to blogs and all of this type of stuff. So what's the big whoop? The Hollywood Reporter says, in so many ways, Monica was a great cast member in the sense of story and drama. Will she come back? Do you want to continue working with her after she deceived you? Sampson says, I would say that Lisa, Lori, and I have had about 7,000 conversations about that subject. We probably have another few hundred ahead of us still. She is a great cast member. She's open and vulnerable, and she represents a different kind of person in Salt Lake than we have on the show. She comes from a different background, and there's a lot about her that the audience can relate to in a way that's different from the other women. But at the same time, there's the deception. There's the relationship with the other cast members. It's a really complicated puzzle from a rating standpoint. You would want to find a way for her to come back, but it's really challenging in this situation. We're just trying to figure it out. Girl, get out of here. Y'all know dang on well y'all bringing her back. This is the biggest and best season for Salt Lake City. This is the season that put this show on the map. It was the little engine that could, leading up to this breakout season for them. Season 3 was a dud to the point that we all were thinking, are they even going to get a season 4? Okay. And y'all bringing back Mary and adding Monica gave y'all the results that y'all got season 4. The recipe is there. Why would y'all not want another ratings extravaganza for season 4? That would be shooting your own self in the foot. Get out of here. So then the producer Shannon says, it's a situation we've never been in before. I mean, it was one thing with Lisa and Meredith and the piece of ish garbage or all of that, a hot mic moment from season 2 in which cast member Lisa Barlow shreds fellow housewife and longtime off-screen friend Meredith Marks. But this is a different beast than I think any of us have dealt with, so we're kind of moving our way through it. Will you change anything about your casting process post Monica? Sampton said, it's a good question that we have not discussed. I don't really see how you protect for something like that. I mean, it's not my area of expertise, but it's certainly something we should look at. Now, this is the question we all wanted to know. The Hollywood Reporter asks, how did the Monica reveal not leak in between shooting in Bermuda last May and the airing of the finale January 2nd? Shannon says, I give credit to the cast because this is, in my memory at least, a reality first where this was such a big bombshell that did not leak in any way. Gordon says, when we did the beach scene, we knew that we wanted to be private. I only had 2 cameras and 1 audio and me and the women, and they came down and Heather told them and we locked up the house. Monica was getting makeup done for dinner. Angie was getting makeup done for dinner. We just kind of made it super private. Really, nobody knew what was happening. When we were editing the show, everyone was just really good about not letting it out. And I got to give the ladies and production because they kept that secret airtight. We had no idea that was coming. We all thought that the Bermuda scene with the phone call that Heather got was going to be Heather finding out that Monica was the person that was suing her or had, gypped out on her bill. We had no idea this reality Von T situation is going to come into effect at all. They did a bang up job with that. So then the Hollywood Reporter says, what happened behind the scenes after that dinner? Gordon says, we kept the women separate. I just sat with Monica for an hour in silence. Not even kidding. Didn't even talk. She just cried. I think it was a real wake-up call for her. She kept saying, I'm so embarrassed. She flew out with me on a separate flight and some other of the crew the next morning. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's good. That's really, really good. Y'all can check out the full article over at the HollywoodReporter.com. It's a really, really interesting interview, but I am very shocked to find out once again that that Mary was the central basis of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City coming to fruition. And that production did not know about reality Von Teese and how they kept this whole thing a secret leading up to the season finale. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all of this news down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.